who were the victims of meanness, right? I think the Charity Butler case was a situation where you had the Thaddeus Stevens legal career potentially going the way Daniel Webster's did as a Constitution man. Daniel Webster took great solace in the Constitution, and as Secretary of State was responsible for, in charge of, the returning of slaves from the North. And he defended that as, you know, for the same legal reasons that Tawney would in 1857, although without the vitriol. Well, I think Stevens in the 30s, 1830s, the case you described, was at a point where he was a Constitution man, he was a lawyer, and he came to see in that case that that wasn't going to work morally. And he came to see, I think, that slaves were part of the despised people that included himself. He was quite a fellow. And, if I may say, in many ways, I mean, you know, what he did for kids, for crippled kids, for instance. But he has been so demonized by identifiable people, some of whom you named, D.W. Griffith, another one, Woodrow Wilson, another one, that we are now only rediscovering that this was a very great man.
On the question of, you know, when you say he embraced people far down on the socioeconomic ladder, absolutely true. It's funny though, I mean, I mentioned Andrew Johnson. You know, you could say the same thing about Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson had all the sympathy and empathy in the world for the poor white. He just didn't have any sympathy or empathy for, you know, black people.
Again, you think it's good? Thank you. Very good at this. Yes, that's true, and of course, that distinction is the one that motivates your book.
Yeah.
You might, if you might compare two of the wild-eyed figures of the time, Thaddeus Stevens, supposedly, and John Brown. What tempts you to think that John Brown is saved by his morality is that he was an abolitionist. There isn't much else to recommend him. In Thaddeus Stevens'